So, to start retiming your runs, you want to look in the loading screen at the start and see when the circle freezes. So, as you can see here, if I go frame by frame and zoom in, the circle on the outside is moving, and at some point it will freeze. And when it freezes, here you go, this first frame is when the run begins. And coincidentally, it's also when Lifesplit begins. Now, to time where the end of the run is, I'm using a different example. You find near the end, usually each level ends with a cutscene skip of some sort, which leads to a black frame. And this first black frame is where you want to cut it off. So you see here, I split and get rid of it. That's where the run ends. Once you've cut off the start and end of your run, and have brought the section to the front of the timeline where it starts at 0, you'll find out when the run ends. Only the seconds matter for Underworld, so any extra milliseconds you just ignore, you don't round them or anything, and then you just submit that time. There are some exceptions for retiming. For example, Bogavati, we time it normally at the start, but at the end there's no cutscene, so we end the time on the frame Lifesplit stops. Out of time is another exception for retiming. We retime it the same with the circle. However, we stop the time as soon as the E input is pressed, and we can check when that is when the yellow hand symbol disappears, and that's the frame it stops. The final thing to note is it's always best to record your runs in 60 FPS instead of 30, because it's a maximum frame rate YouTube can support, and it allows a higher accuracy when retiming runs.